the poverty. There are many people that experience poverty and we can't deny the fact. That is the truth, and there is evidence that we can see every day in our country. So we need decide to find a ways on how we can solve poverty that rampants in our country. Not only the formal leaders need to consult it, but also the affected themselves. Their worldview and situation should be taken into consideration, and through facilitation, they become part of addressing and resolving their problems. So we need the people to be actively and authentically participating in the efforts to right poverty because we are affected by the problems or issues of poverty in our country. It's not enough and provide assistance to individually persons alone, but through a collective organization, each individual is developed and steps are taken to address their problems and their problems in the future. Rather than working with individual person, it is more effective to facilitate collective and organized action to help strengthen and empower people in poverty through an organization. So we need to create an organized group within a community to help many people rather than working with a few individuals. The people who are affected to the poverty need to identify the issues and problems because it is more affected when issues and problems are identified by the people. They then begin to gain self-confidence and acquire capabilities in working together in a simple issues and problems. The best solution to avoid poverty is livelihood program because we can help the people who didn't have a work, and if we give them a work, they can rise from poverty, sustain their needs every day.
The problem of technology in society. In today's society, everyone has gotten used to computers and cell phones being our to-go for everything. Yes, technology is great, unbelievable. In fact, it can take us to unknown location or give you the answer to a question you've been dying to know. But in the midst of all of the great things it does, it has ruined our society and it's only getting worse. Social media is an entirely different issue, especially with the upcoming generation. Without Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and more, where would tweens and teenagers find themselves today? They physically cannot function without staying updated with the newest social media craze. Newsflash: people don't actually care about ourselves that much. What happened to those times of just having Facebook, and people would post its life goals, college acceptance, and picture of their vacation? Now, social media is flooded with what people do all day, every day, and it needs to stop.
The recommendation for this problem is to prevent or minimize the use of technology because it can harm for oneself. Maybe we use our gadgets in moral way, like in doing important things only. That's the way you minimize the use of technology. But some other can avoid it because they already addicted in surfing in social media, finding a friends, communicating loved ones. Then we can tell them to stop or minimize the use of their gadget because everyone make this a habit. But remember, only our oneself can help and prevent of being addicted in gadgets. Politics. One of the problem of election is vote buying. We want to have a clean and no chaos election, and we want to stop vote buying because that's the reason why our country experiences poverty. Because when the candidates that involved in vote buying can win, there is a possibility that he or she will corrupt the money of people. Because he or she had a very big expensive in vote buying in the election. The reason why the candidates buy the votes of people is because the candidates want to win the election.
And I will ready to sacrifice myself to protect my country.
I am future soldier someday because I want to protect my country from the enemy.
I am a future soldier. I want to protect the people against the enemy.
I want to protect our country and my family.
I want my future to become a soldier because I want to protect my family and I want to experience peace and harmony to my country.
I am future soldier. I want to protect my country to the enemy. I'm a future police someday because I want to protect my society against criminalities.
I am a future police someday because I want to protect the people who are victims of criminalities.
I am a police in the future. I will protect the community and I will kill the criminals.
I am a teacher in the future and I will teach the children.
I am a future teacher. I want to teach the students to gain a lot of knowledge. I'm a teacher in the future, and I will teach the student. I would like to become a future successful businessman and chief executive of big company in Manila and Metro Manila in order to help the economy of our country.
I am a future business manager because I want to help my family to rise up from poverty.
I am a future entrepreneur. I want to help the people to lose no job. I am future doctor. I want to help more patient people. I want my future to become a nurse someday because I want to protect the patient who experience different illness.
I am a future marine engineer and I will bring all your cargoes across the ocean. I am a future marine engineer and I will cross your cargoes across the ocean and I will do my best to do my job.
I'm a future detective and I will investigate and solve your cases.
I want to become a future science professor and I will teach you what is science all about.
I'm a future engineer. I will build a highways and to help my family to rise up from poverty.
I am a future lawyer. Truly, when I will teach lawyers to defend cases in courts, I will always imagine myself in the lawyer's name. And I believe I can fulfill my dream of becoming a lawyer.
I am future pastor because my purpose is to teach people and share the blessing and grace from the word of God.
Last day of the rest of my life, I wish I would've known cause I didn't kiss my mama goodbye. I didn't tell her that I loved her, how much I cared. I thank my pops for all the talks and all the wisdom he shared. Unaware, I just did what I always do. Every day the same routine before I skate off to school. But who knew that this day wasn't like the rest? Instead of taking the test, I took 2 to the chest. Call me blind, but I didn't see it coming. And everybody was running, but I couldn't hear nothing except gun blast. It happened so fast, I didn't really know this kid, though I survived in class. Maybe this kid was reaching out for love, or maybe for a moment he forgot who he was, or maybe this kid just wanted to be hugged. Whatever it was, I know it's because we are the youth of the nation. We are the youth tragedy's claim. No matter what you say, it don't take away the pain that I feel inside. I'm tired of all the lies, don't nobody know why. It's the blind